Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome. I am just another Pokédad, and if you know where I stole my intro from, you're my kind of geek, and I say geek lovingly. We're back. Okay, so the Pokemon scene, because of COVID, no in-person tournaments really, at least not in my area yet, which is tough. Being a Pokédad, having a Poké-son who is going to be aging out of his division this year, and we don't know what's going to happen with that. He was on his way to Worlds for 2019. So it's an odd time, and I'm sorry that I haven't had a lot of content. I just haven't been feeling the play testing and all the new decks. And I don't know if that's just COVID or if it's also just that ADPization is what it is. And I play it, so I can't complain about it, and I'm not. But because when you have a deck that can boss for game and take 6 prizes in 2 turns, what are you going to do about it? I mean, if it is what it is, then you can't, you either learn to play against it, or you play, with it. Anyway, so I know Battle Styles is coming up, should change the rhythm and dynamic of the game, and I'm looking forward to it. There's some exciting content out there with pre-play testing. So check out Omnipoke is doing some really cool deck stuff. Joe over there has had some great ideas and really solid thought processes behind it. Today has nothing to do with that. Today is me showing off a new deck that I built on a whim. That's actually kind of fun. So I thought I'd show it off because it's doing okay. I mean, I've only played like 4 or 5 games with it, but I've won each game. So I wanted to show off the list because I thought it was something unique, and it actually works fairly well when I don't play stupid with it. Okay, so it's a Salamance VMAX deck, and Salamance VMAX has a couple really good attacks. One, it's got 320 HP, solid HP for a VMAX. Not high, not low, right where it needs to be to avoid being one-shotted by too many things. Most things have to take a two shot on Salamance VMAX. It's weak to lightning, which is rough because Pikarom is arguably very close, if not BDIF. So that's not good. But again, 320 really does put it out of range of being one-shotted by a full blitz. So there is a positivity to that. The Raichu attack can knock you out so there's trouble there. But for the most part, you're pretty solid on being 2-shotted by things. Okay, so Sonic Double for 1 energy does 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's a good initial attack to set up numbers for the Max Wings second attack where you do 240. If you can get 1 or 2 of those Sonic Doubles off, you're really setting up to be able to one-shot things with Max Wings. You can't use Max Wings the next turn, so it's a 1-hit attack. Okay, so the deck, that's your main attacker in this deck, and we're running 3 copies of Salamance V, who has in his right decent attacks. They're just costly to get going on a 220 HP. Pokemon Swoop Across does 30 damage to every Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field, so that's a good one. Heavy Storm, 160 for 4. All colorless attacks, which are good. But so we're running 3 copies of Salamence V, 3 copies of the VMAX, 1 copy of Crobat for draw support. We're running 2 copies of Grookey, 1 Thwackey, and 2 copies of Rillaboom in order to get energy flowing onto things. Rillaboom is important, but he's not the most important thing in the deck. You do want to get him set up if you can in order to competently, quickly attack. But really, he's there to kind of help supplement energy. We've got 1 copy of Shaymin, free retreat, but also the Flower Storm attack. Shaymin Prism Star, sorry. Flower Storm does 30 damage for each basic energy attached to all of your Pokemon. It can clean up a few things, but it's got free retreat, which is nice. We are playing 2 copies of Zarude V. Zarude V is one of our really important support Pokemon in this deck. For Jungle Rising. For 2 grass energy, does 100 damage, but then you may attach up to 2 basic energies from your hand to your bench Pokemon any way you like, and anybody you attach energy to, you heal all damage from. All damage. All damage. Awesome. So do a snipe, 40 damage with your Salamance VMAX, or you hit something for 240 and you can't attack. You get hit into, you switch out to Zarude, attach energy to your hand, heal all damage from your Salamence VMAX. That is your plan of attack. Take 300 damage from a full blitz, heal 300 damage, and attach an energy at the same time. It's really nice synergy. It works really well. We're running 2 copies of Dedenne. We have 2 energy retrievals. I kind of would like to play more. I just haven't really figured out what I want to give up in the process. And I have a couple options, but the reason the energy retrieval is so important is to make sure you have in your hand when you need to heal the energy you want. Because Rillaboom will attach it. And a lot of times what you're using Rillaboom for is to hit 2 onto Zarude V, 2 onto Salamence VMAX, but leaving 2 off of Salamence VMAX. So that's sort of your initial gameplay. We run 4 Pokecoms. That way we can get, swap out when we don't need certain things to get what we need. 4 quick balls, 3 rare candies to Rillaboom up. We're not running the Aggro Evolve engine, because then you've just got a kind of a dead 3 prize Pokemon sitting there that, in order to be effective in any matchup, otherwise, you have to get 6 energy onto, and it's just not worth that in this deck. Okay, 4 switches to get your VMAX out of the active. 1 copy of Bird Keeper for the same reason, to be able to move a little bit. And you get a little draw. We don't run a ton of draw support in this deck. There's just not a lot of room. 3 Boss's Orders, 1 Giovanni's Exile. I think this is a really important piece in this to avoid boss game in a lot of situations. You play down Dedenne Crobat, get him out of there with Giovanni's Exile. 1, you free up bench space for another Salamence or whatever. But a lot of times you fill your bench and you really only need 3 things, 4 things, in total. A couple Salamence is Rillaboom, your Zarude, and then the Shaymin Prism Star. I mean, if you have two, that's 5 Pokemon. So you got 4 on your bench and 1 up front. You don't need to run full most of the time, and so Giovanni's Exile helps avoid the 2 dead on the bench Pokemon, and you losing the game to 2 bosses orders in the ADPization matchup. 2 copies of Marnie, again, draw and shake up your opponent's hand a little bit. 2 Professor's Research, 1 Air Balloon. Again, getting out of the active is important. I'm running 1 copy, and this is the one, it's a questionable card. I don't think it helps the math in most games. It only helps the math in the straight Zacian matchup or Zacian the Lucario Melmetal matchup. This helps you not be helps your Zarudes not be one-shotted by a Zacian. And that's the only real math it helps with. It doesn't help in the ADP matchup because it only gets your Zarude to 260. And when you mistakenly attach it to your Salamance VMax, it does absolutely nothing. Pro tip from smartest guy not in the room. Happens way more than I'd like to admit. We are running 2 telescopic sights. Haven't really had the chance to use them effectively, but for Salamance VMax, hitting 40, now you're hitting 70 to 2 bench Pokemons, knocking out which is good numbers especially against Eternatus, because you'll just take out 2 of their small bench Pokemon quit pretty easily. Knocks out Jirachis, sets up good numbers with 240 on a lot of things. So if you're doing 70, suddenly it's 2 turns and you're doing 310 to something. So you're getting really close to just one-shotting several other VMAXs or 2-shotting because you're doing 2 attacks. Sorry. Anyway, we're running 2 copies of triple acceleration energy. Works great on Salamence. Sets up a surprise going from 2 energy attached, like if you Rillaboom 2 grass onto it, and then hit something, you can just drop that, hit 240 on the next turn, and you're solid. And 9 copies of grass energy. My energy count, I feel, is 2 light, maybe a little more. But this is where we're at. The questionable cards, really, I like the telescopic lens. The Cape of Toughness is questionable. The Turffield Stadium, I forgot to say, Turffield Stadiums, where you can search for an evolution Pokemon. I have 2 in there. But I don't even know that that's really necessary. So there are a couple slots that are feeling a little fluid. But this is where we're at. I'll show you a few games. We'll see. Maybe we'll make some changes. Maybe we won't. Who knows? All right. Here we go with a little Salamance, some Zarude and Rillaboom, a little monkey business. Get into some monkey business here. Coin flip. Tails always fails. Isn't that the way it goes? Isn't that the saying? I don't think so. Tails never fails. But it's my turn, which I do like going first because we're an evolution deck. As you can clearly see. Wow, that was a bad hand. This is not a great hand either. Let's see what, I mean, we're going to start the Salamance. Luckily we have a Marnie, but and we have a quick ball, so we can quick ball away something, a Marnie probably. We'll just see. And we'll put a Grookey down, our only Grookey. So I should have checked prizes. I should have checked my prizes. But I did not. So Celebi and Venusaur has, all right, Burn and Confuse there, heal all damage, and 1 extra energy, shuffle all cards from your discard back into your deck. Okay, I remember that one. I'm not sure what we're playing up against really. You know, the little Rowlet makes me think we're looking at Decidueye, but with the Bird Keepers and stuff, my guess is they're going to be doing this so they can do, you know, I mean, they're taking out my Grookey for free on this turn. That's a bite. So that's probably their plan is they're using the Decidueye for that kind of stuff, which means till we can knock. Yeah, I don't even know what this deck is. Sorry, I do not have any idea. They got to sell a Celesteela now. So they're going to knock out Grookey. So our only chance and Orbeetle. So they've got a box, kind of a grass box deck with Celesteela. Prevent all effects of GX attacks. Power Cyclone. Put them in your hand. Okay. So I'm sure they're feeling very proud of themselves for picking on the poor little monkey. I don't want to lose the retrieval or the rare candy, so I'm going to Marnie first. Put you away. Let's grab a Dedenne. Get the Zarude down. Yeah. Do we do that? No, we don't do that. We'll put one there. And I'm not giving them the stadium. So let's, oh, we don't have a, so let's get that into our hands since we don't have Crobat available. And then we will Sonic. No. Doing 40 to the Rowlet doesn't really do us any good. Just leaving it with 10, what are we going to do? I mean, waste another shot on it. Our hope is maybe we'll get the telescopic sight when he moves to the bench and we'll take him out that way. So he's going to Bird Keeper. At least if he manages to get the Rowlet up. We're not looking at any serious damage, so to speak. I can't take a knockout because of the buff padding. He's at 310. So I'm better off. Well, it depends. I mean, I guess I just have to go this way just so I can get something else going. So I'm going to give up one. Well, Schneike. Guess we'll take that. This is going to be a game without Rillabooms, apparently. So, heal all damage if this has at least one extra, shuffle all cards. So, I don't think he's going to get there this turn because it's 4. And since he does not have a Rillaboom, he's sitting, is it 50 on the extra 50? So he's sitting at 320, which means we can Sonic double for the knockout. Or if he stays active, the plan will be to switch into Zarude, attach, heal all damage from that he has inflicted. That's our gameplay. And that's sort of how this deck is supposed to work. Right. So, let's see how we go, because we'll take the knockout this way, and I think this will kind of just be game. Because we're going to take the knockout with Jungle Rising, and then we're going to attach and heal, which is exactly how this is supposed to work. All right, so we got some draw now. We've also got a boss, since we have to take 3. I mean, doing 2-7, that's not impossible. So what I think the plan now will be is to switch maybe, bummer. Those buff paddings get you. So if I can get the Telescopic Sight, though, or if I get a triple energy, I knock the Celesteela out, and we're pretty much just sitting on running it down. Without them having energy acceleration, I don't see any way. Yeah, so not too worried about it. Putting an Orbeetle down, we could. Kind of depends on what our top deck is. It's nothing, so we're going to move into that. Do I Crobat? Nah, I don't even bother. Really, I'll just... that. Okay, first I forgot. Telescopic Sight. Do 30 to your benched Pokemon. So we're going to go there and there. I think we're just in a solid place at this point. Because all we really need... Okay, so let's put a balloon on Zarude. Do we just go for it and see if we can draw that triple acceleration energy? We cannot. So let's attach there. Should have attached to the active. I don't know what I was thinking. Should have attached to the active. But we're going to Sonic Double. We'll take out him and we'll do another 70 there. Let's just see. Oh, only the GX, right? Yeah. And V. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't really play telescopic sight deck, so this is the first time I've used the card. But we got a win there. That was an odd little matchup. So let's keep diving in. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. I would like to go first. Because we have an evolving deck, I feel like going first is probably our play. But denying people going second, can always be good. But Zacian ADP maybe, which is really a good test of playing against BDIF kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes. I'd like them to miss the first turn. Altered creation, and it looks like that will be the case. So that's not bad for us, actually. I mean, that they missed the first turn altered creation. And then what we want to do is see if we can strand something, since we're not doing much of anything here. Didn't work out quite the way we want, but, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Some days you're the dog, some days you're the fire hydrant. Marnie's good for us. I'll take being Marnie. Thank you. We had nothing else going on. Ideally, we draw into a triple acceleration energy. That's not it. But it doesn't mean we can't. I don't like losing all this, but while we can, let's take out that, and we'll just hope for hope. And we shall Sonic Double. But he attached. So is he energy switching so he can Crobat? Is that his plan, or did he just make a small play error there? Oh well, let's try again. All right, we're gonna try playing another round here. This is Frankie. who's choosing not to make it all that easy for me to see what I'm doing. So, all right, Bo. All right, so what are we playing against? I don't even know what this is. Corsola of some kind. Let's... Oh my word. Get rid of... the boss for that. And then let's get out our Zarude. Sorry. Crobat for a little bit of a hand. We'll put that there. I don't mind putting another one out. And I guess we have to use this now because if we're going to Dedenne at any point, unless we were to have gotten Marnied, I guess I could have kept it for that. Couldn't I have, Frankie? Couldn't I have? I could have, is the answer. All right, we're going to become Lord of the Cats here. We've got another cat approaching, joining us. I don't know. All right, hello, Frisk. Okay, so let's, what do we want to do? We'll get the Shaymin out. Why not? Just why not? So what does Corsola do? If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage, if heads the, oh yeah, it's gonna be knockout kind of thing. So let's do that. Let's put something there. And Sonic Double. And what's his attack do? I can't retreat. Okay. Well, we got switches, so. All right. So, oh. All right. Don't know what that was about. Let's jump into another game. Tappa, tappa, tappa. So there's that whole TikTok about smile with just your mouth. I'm not very much of a smiler. Raise your eyebrows. Then stop smiling. That's your model face. Oh, ugly model. Is that my model face? Goodness, we can't DAA change this hand away, can we? No. No, we certainly cannot. What are we playing? Darkrai. So some sort of dark box is, if I just had to guess. Or with the Slowbro, we're looking at an Eternatus, most likely. Poison Eternatus build of some kind, which I'm just not set up well. I mean, once I evolve, I suppose I can DAA change the hand away, so I guess there is that. And I'll get rid of the poison, so that's something as well. So we'll see. What's Darkrai's ability there? If this Pokemon has any, takes 20 less damage. Okay. Okay. Cat hair. All up in my nose already. And 2 cats hanging out on my lap and my chest, to be fair. All right, so yeah, we got you. We'll put you out just so we can. No, I don't think I want to boss anything. Nothing better to be up active, honestly. Let's get out a Grookey. We're going to grab Thwackey, and I'm going to get myself some more cards. Okay. I do think I'm going to do this just so I can draw. And I can switch back. That worked out fairly well. There we go. Playing pretty solid here in our plan. What I'd like to do next turn, provided I still have this hand, because there's every chance we get Marnied, I'd like to get out. No Marnie, so that's good. We're going to hold on to our hand. I'll evolve to Rillaboom. I'd like to get out a Zarude so I can, and we're gonna, oh, so this is just sweet. We're in a solid spot. So I'm actually just going to, as much as I'd like, oh no, I can DAA change because I can grab the Thwackey again, Pokecom into a Zarude. I'm not going to DAA change right now because I don't need to. I'm going to do exactly what I need to do in this turn, and that is put a couple onto Zarude, so I'm ready. And then I need to Sonic Double. Hit the same two. Now the Eternatus is ready to be knocked out by a Max Wings, which is great. Right? 140 and 240 is 380. Yeah. So we're good there. So now we can maybe be Max Wing or Sonic doubling. Can knock out the Crobat and maybe hit into the other Eternatus. I think we're in a really solid spot here. So let's just see what happens. If he does manage to come up and hit into me, I'll heal off with Zarude, or maybe not. There's the Marnie. So maybe I won't be switching out. We'll see what happens. Let's just see if he manages to come up and hit me. Or if he's still stuck. And if he is, I think if he doesn't hit into me this turn, I don't think there's really any chance we're going to lose this game. If he does not hit into me this turn. So, because there's his retreat. So unless he's got a switch. But even so, I can manually retreat out of this if I want to. We're going to do this. I don't want to give him anything more, so we're going to take away a couple knockout choices. If we voltage beat onto him and then retreat, we can then Jungle Rising, we're only going to put one energy on because I know we don't have any more in the deck. So I want to hold on to one for healing, but I think now we're just in a solid spot. Because, yes, he can knock out my Zarude if that's what he wants to do. But I've got lots of options. Lots of options. I get another. Oh, and he's not knocking out my Zarude, so he's just stuck. We're going to throw the cape on him just for the halibut. Let's pull energy back. We're going to retreat out of this. We'll attach one there. I'm just going to hold. Well, let's see what we can do. What else? What other options? Let's take the Shaymin so we have a retreater. Free retreat if we want. And then we'll Sonic Double onto these two boys. Still. So we take our first two prizes. Feel like we're just playing exactly where we need to be on this one. And all it takes is not hitting heads. So let's see where we go. A Marnie wouldn't be bad. If he Marnied me, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, I'm pretty solid into hitting into the 2 Eternatus if I have to. No Marnie, so that's all right. But we'll see if he comes up. And so here we have to retreat. Let's see what we've got to work with. I do have 2 switches, so I am going to and let's see. We do have 1 in the deck still, so that's all that really matters. So we'll put that on. Hopefully hit a switch, but we did not hit the energy we needed. And we didn't hit away into more draw, which is such is life, you know. So what do we have option wise? Not much to work with. Thrown away 2 VMAXs there. So what do I do? I mean, I have to switch out. Oh, I could have switched and retreated, because I'm not going to be able to yikes. I think I've put myself in a spot. To be perfectly honest, I think I've put myself in a spot. Yep. So all right. this one turned, and I think it's because we're missing two Salamence Vs. We could never get a second one out because they're in the prizes, so we never were able to set up a second, which is rough. But so what is he on your opponent's end for each Pokemon in your discard? I see. Okay. So we're pretty much dead in the water here. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do, so all right. Let's see where we're at on this one, and maybe we'll call it a day. Kind of a rough start here. I mean, we've got certainly our Marnie available to us, but all right. Let's see how we go. Yeah, no real choice, but Marnie and try and get us into something else. Bad to worse, really, there. Oh, well. I mean, we've got the evolution, so we can start hitting in, you know, I mean, so far, I mean, if he gets the evolution out there and can start attaching, we could be behind quickly, but otherwise we'll just see. We just got nothing going on. That Marnie really messed with our heads. So, I mean, we're just really not doing anything. It's crazy. Crazy. So, I mean, they're going to hit us for 180. Oh, they're not. So, well, finally. So what we need is you. And I guess we're going to air balloon you for now. Put that out there. We're going to get a Rillaboom out. Or a Grookey, sorry. And then all right. So I'm just gonna take 2 prizes now, because I'm not really worried about him knocking out my active. So I'm thinking if we pull up a Zarude, we can heal off yikes. We were in such a good spot until the Marnie, which is always the case, you know. You can't, that's just part of the game. You can't deny. But I got the rare candy as long as the stadium stays in play, and that's doubtful. I'm sure they play multiple of the dojos. So, but as long as the stadium's in play, then I can actually get the Rillaboom. Let's get the Zarude out. And let's heal off all our damage. We can do what we can do, right? Marnie helps us out a bit, maybe for the first time. All right. Maybe we get ourselves another Zarude. We only have 1 grass left, so let's see if we can just pull an energy retrieval. No, we can pull nothing. So we need to treat there. We'll max wings for the knockout. And there's the energy retrieval. So depending on where we end up right now, I'm going to take their knockout, and that's fine. Because unfortunately, they're just not in a strong enough position, I don't think.
Did you have soup? We do not have soup today. I apologize.
mean, I think we're just at the point now where there's not much they're going to be able to do. They're just not doing enough damage to us to because I've got Bird Keeper. We'll give them a well played and max wings. And I think that's going to do it for today. But you see exactly how it's supposed to work. Granted, we weren't playing up against top tier decks, but we're definitely not a top tier deck. So it works for what it works. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you sticking by and swinging by, and hope you had a good time. Hope you're staying safe. Remember to be happy, be safe, and be kind. Until next time.